Hello everyone, ShapeSnatchX here. In this video I will present you the Russia Archetype. The Russia Archetype was first introduced in September 2022 and has since received 2 additional waves of support. Let's start with the monsters. Putin, Iron Ruler. This card is always treated as a Russia card. If Kremlin is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Putin, Iron Ruler, once per turn this way. The original ATK of this card is equal to 400x the number of Russia spells/traps that are banished or in your GY. You can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add one Russia spell/trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Putin, Iron Ruler, once per turn. Ruthless Russia Gerasimov. If you control no monsters, you can pay 500 LP and reveal one Russia card in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Russia card from your deck to the GY. You can only use each effect of Ruthless Russia Gerasimov once per turn. Ruthless Russia Shoigu. If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 6 or lower Russia monster from your hand or GY. All other Russia monsters you control gain 400 ATK/death. Ruthless Russia Lavrov. You can discard this card, add one Kremlin from your deck to your hand. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish this card from your GY, negate the next attack this turn from a monster your opponent controls. You can only use each effect of Ruthless Russia Lavrov once per turn. Ruthless Russia Peskov. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a face-up Russia card, quick effect, you can discard this card. The activated effect becomes your opponent gains 500 LP, and if they do, your opponent draws one card. If this card is normal summoned, you can target 3 Russia cards in your GY, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw one card. You can only use one Ruthless Russia Peskov effect per turn, and only once that turn. Ruthless Russia Kadyrov. If this card is normal summoned while you control a field spell, you can pay 1000 LP, special summon one Kadyrovtsi token, Warrior Tuner/Dark/level 4/ATK 1800/Def 1000, but it cannot be used as synchro material or link material, except for the synchro summon or link summon of a dark monster. You can discard one Russia card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change that target to face-down defense position, then look at your opponent's hand and send all cards in their hand with the same name as that card to the GY. You can only use each effect of Ruthless Russia Kadyrov once per turn. Ruthless Russia Lukashenko. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can banish one Russia card from your hand or GY, banish one monster your opponent controls. The banished monster returns to the opponent's side of the field, in the same battle position, during your second standby phase after activation. You can only use this effect of Ruthless Russia Lukashenko once per turn. While Kremlin is in a field zone, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or monster effects. Prigozhin, Mercenary Chief. This card is always treated as a Russia card. You can discard this card, add one Wagner card or one Troll Factory from your deck to your hand. If you control a Wagner monster, you can special summon this card from your GY, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your GY, then target one Wagner soldiers you control. It gains 1000 ATK until the end of your opponent's next turn. You can only use each effect of Ruthless Russia Prigozhin once per turn. Wagner Soldiers. If you control a Dark Warrior monster or a Russia card, you can special summon this card from your hand by paying 1000 LP. You can only special summon Wagner Soldiers once per turn this way. If this card battles an Ukraine monster, it gains 500 ATK during the damage step only. Russian Bear. If you control a face-up Russia Warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Russian Bear once per turn this way. During your opponent's main phase, if you control Kremlin and no fusion monsters, quick effect, you can fusion summon one Russia fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, using monsters you control as fusion material, including this card. You can only use this effect of Russian Bear once per turn. Battle Tank T-72. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Battle Tank T-80. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Battle Tank T90. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. TOS1. Once per turn, you can discard any number of cards, then target the same number of face-up cards your opponent controls, destroy those cards, and if you do, inflict 1500 damage to your opponent. Russian soldiers. Hardened soldiers fighting for their homeland. Putin the Beast Tamer. Putin, Iron Ruler, +1 Earth Beast or Beast Warrior monster. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. This card's name becomes Putin, Iron Ruler while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Putin the Beast Tamer once per turn. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, except during the battle phase. Unaffected by the effects of Synchro, XYZ, and Link monsters. Prigozhin, Conqueror of Bakhmut. Prigozhin, Mercenary Chief +1 effect monster. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. This card's name becomes Prigozhin, Mercenary Chief while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can return one banished monster to the owner's GY, and if you do, add one Wagner soldiers from your deck to your hand. All Wagner soldiers you control gain 700 ATK. Once while face up on the field, quick effect you can negate the effects of one continuous spell or field spell your opponent controls, then you can place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. You can only use each effect of Prigozhin, Conqueror of Bakhmut once per turn. Putin the Tsar. 1 tuner plus Putin, Iron Ruler. This card is always treated as a Russia card. For this card's Synchro summon, you can treat one monster you control that is owned by your opponent as a level 4 tuner. This card's name becomes Putin, Iron Ruler while on the field or in the GY. This effect cannot be negated. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can discard one card, and if you do, draw 2 cards. When a spell/trap card, or monster effect, is activated, quick effect you can send the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, from your hand to the GY, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. You can only use each effect of Putin the Tsar once per turn. You can only special summon Putin the Tsars once per turn. Moskva. 2 level 4 monsters, including a Russia monster. This card is always treated as a Russia card. If you use a monsters with a level that is owned by your opponent for the XYZ summon of this card, treat it as level 4. You can detach one material from this card, then target one face-up spell/trap your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Moskva once per turn. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed by battle, you can detach one material from this card instead. That does it for the monsters. Now it's time for the spells and traps. Kremlin. This card is always treated as a Russia card. When this card is activated, you can add one Russia monster from your deck to your hand. All Russia monsters on the field gain 300 ATK/def. The first time each Putin, Iron Ruler you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, it is not destroyed. You can only activate one Kremlin per turn. Annexation Ceremony. This card is always treated as a Russia card. If you control a card that your opponent owns while you control a Russia card, draw 2 cards, then gain 1000 LP. You can only activate one Annexation Ceremony per turn. Tough Putin. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Target one Putin, Iron Ruler you control, double its ATK until the end of this turn. You can only activate one Tough Putin per turn. Hazmat Suit. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Equip only to Putin, Iron Ruler. It is unaffected by trap effects. If it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. Long Table of Intimidation. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Once per turn, if you control Putin, Iron Ruler, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to defense position. Russia Reborn. Target one Russia monster in your GY, special summon it. If a Russia monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your GY instead. You can only activate one Russia Reborn per turn. Kinsul Hypersonic Missile. If you control a Russia card, pay 2000 LP, destroy one face-up card your opponent controls. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. You can only activate this card during your turn, unless you control Kremlin. You can only activate one Kinsul Hypersonic Missile per turn. Eurovaganzavad. This card is always treated as a Russia card. Once per turn, if you control another Russia card, you can pay 1000 LP, special summon one Battle Tank T-72, Battle Tank T-80, or Battle Tank T-90 from your hand or deck. You can only control one Eurovaganzavad. Victory Day Parade. This card is always treated as a Russia card. If you control Putin, Iron Ruler, pay 1000 LP, special summon one TOS-1 or Battle Tank T-90 from your hand or deck, but it cannot be used as Synchro material, XYZ material, or Link material. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the GY, if you control no monsters, you can banish this card from your GY, then target one TOS-1 or Battle Tank T-90 in your GY, add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Victory Day Parade once per turn. Wagner Group. All Wagner monsters on the field gain 300 ATK/def. Once per turn, you can pay 500 LP, special summon one Wagner warrior monster or one Prigozhin, mercenary chief from your hand or GY. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. You can only control one Wagner group. Wagner Prisoner Recruitment. Once per turn, you can special summon one Wagner Convicts token, warrior/dark/1/500/100, but it cannot be tribute for a tribute summon. Once per turn, during your standby phase, pay 700 LP or destroy this card. Troll Factory. When this card is activated, if you control no face-up monsters, you can add one last turn, Life Equalizer, Self-Destruct button, or Kremlin Propaganda from your deck to your hand. You can pay half your LP, look at one random card in your opponent's hand. You can pay half your LP, special summon one troll token, Fiend/Dark/1/0/0, but it cannot be tribute for a tribute summon or used as Link material. You can only use each effect of a Troll Factory once per turn. Kremlin Propaganda. This card is always treated as a Russia card. When a spell card, or monster effect is activated while you control a face-up Russia card, the activated effect becomes your opponent gains 1000 LP. If this card is sent from your deck to the GY or banished from the deck or field, add one Russia spell/trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Kremlin Propaganda once per turn. Kremlin Poisoning. This card is always treated as a Russia card. If you control a face-up Russia card, target one face-up monster on the field, negate its effects, and if you do, destroy it during the end phase. Also, it cannot be used as material for a Synchro, XYZ, or Link summon. If a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck, while this card is in your GY, except during the damage step you can set this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Kremlin Poisoning once per turn. Kakova Dam Breach. If an Ukraine or Russia cards is on the field, target one face-up spell/trap on the field, destroy it, and if you do, destroy all cards in this card's column. You can only activate one Kakova Dam Breach per turn. Wagner Rebellion. If a Wagner cards or Prigozhin, mercenary chief you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon one Wagner soldiers and one Battle Tank T-90 from your hand and or deck, but they cannot be used as Link material, also destroy them during the end phase. You can only activate one Wagner Rebellion per turn. All right. Well, all of the cards taken care of, let's get over some combos. Starting with the first combo, you need Kremlin plus Putin Iron Ruler or Russian Bear plus 1 card in hand. Activate Kremlin, add the missing piece to your hand. Special summon Putin from your hand. Special summon Bear from your hand. Effect Putin, destroy 1 card, add Propaganda to your hand. Set Propaganda. Effect Bear, fusion summon Putin the Beast Tamer. The second combo requires Kremlin plus Putin Iron Ruler or Russian Bear plus 2 cards in hand. Activate Kremlin, add the missing piece to your hand. Special summon Putin from your hand. Special summon Bear from your hand. Effect Putin, destroy 1 card, add Propaganda to your hand. Set Propaganda. Synchro summon Tsar. Discard 1 card, draw 2 cards. Then for the third combo you need Ruthless Russia Lavrov. Discard Lavrov to add Kremlin. Activate Kremlin, add Ruthless Russia Shoigu to your hand. Normal summon Shoigu, special summon Lavrov from the GY. XYZ summon Raiders Knight. Effect Raiders Knight, special summon Arc Rebellion Dragon.